Hello everyone, Luke Smith here. It is Thursday the 3rd of October. We're going to do Resident Evil file readings today. Obviously the first game that came out. I know it's not the first Resident Evil in chronological order, but it was the first one that actually came out back in 1996, even though the game's set in 1998. So we're going to read the files from Resident Evil 1996 version. Botany book. About medical herbs. As you may know, there are many plants that have medical effects. Since ancient times, humans have been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we are going to sample 3 herbs grown around Raccoon Mountains and give their outlines as examples for those plants with medical properties. Each herb has different colours and different effects as medical plants. The green ones recovers physical strength. The blue ones neutralizes natural toxins, and the red ones, red herbs, does not have any effects by themselves. That's the thing. The green herb heals a little bit of health. The green and red herb mixed together is basically a full heal, like first aid spray. And the blue herb, yes, it gets rid of poison. But you can mix all 3 as like a full heal and anti-poison. So yeah. The red herb is only effective when it's mixed with other herbs. For example, if you mix this herb with a herb that recovers physical strength, the recovery effect will be tripled. By adjusting the amount and experimenting with these 3 herbs, well, it's not difficult to find out what they do. You can create various types of medicines, but I'll leave the details in your hands because that's the best way to acquire the true knowledge. So this is essentially like how to heal. It's like basically a tutorial on how to heal. And that was in the small library of the mansion 2F. Like you can go with yeah, there's like lots of things to choose from here, like difficulty settings, and there's even the Deadly Silence Rebirth one and the Deadly Silence games in here, but we're just gonna do it as the default PlayStation one. Where did it say that was again? On the round table in the middle of the room. Okay, so that's like your first ever file. Like the Keeper's Diary, here we go, the more popular one. I actually did a reading of this earlier in the year. Like I think it's when the fan film came out. So I'm gonna read it again. May 9th, 1998. All night we played poker with Scott Lagarde, alias Steve, and Steve the researcher. Steve was really lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th. Today a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looked like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed it live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing the pig's legs off and pulling out the guts before they actually eat it. Torturing it, in other words. May 11th. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protection suit that looked like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I've heard that there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder those researchers never rest, even at night. So it's like day after day. May 12th. I have been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and it feels very itchy. By the way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. Now I feel better. May 13th. I went to the medical room because of my back was all swollen and felt itchy. They put a big bandage on my back, and the doctor told me I didn't need to wear the spacesuit anymore. I guess I can sleep well tonight. May 14th. When I woke up this morning, I had another blister on my foot. It was quite annoying, and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They have been quiet since this morning, which is very unusual. I found that some of them has escaped. I'll be in real trouble if the higher ups are found out. May 15th. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go and see Nancy. It was my first day off in a long time, but I stopped by the guard on the way out. They say that the company has ordered that no one leave the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of joke is this? May 16th. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? And May the 19th, a bit of a gap. Fever gone but itchy, hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy Scott came. Ugly face so killed him. Tasty. 4 itchy tasty. Yeah, that's like one of the more popular. I think it's like that's the most popular file in the game. It's like really iconic. And that was in the keeper's room of the mansion 1F on the desk opposite the closet. And what happens when you pick that up? A zombie comes through in the closet. Which some people say that is actually the keeper. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's read the researcher's will next. My dear Alma, the fact that you have received this letter is both a joy and a sadness to me. I couldn't even talk to you because of that guy in the sunglasses. Alma, be calm and read this. I think I've told you that I moved to pharmaceutical company's lab. They headhunted me. Last month there was an incident in the lab, and the virus we were studying escaped. All of my colleagues were infected by the virus and are dead. To be accurate, they become the living dead. They still wander around. Some of them are knocking on my room desperately right now, on my room door, but there are no sign of intelligence in their eyes. The cursed virus takes away all humanity from the human brain. Love, joy, sorrow, fear, humour, eternity. Or no, it's eternally. And Alma, even all the memories of the days I spent with you. Yes, I am infected. I did everything I could, but I could only delay the progress by a few days. The most frightening thing is that I'll forget more about you but by the day. So I chose a peaceful death rather than becoming the living dead. Within an hour I would have entered my eternal sleep. I do hope you'll understand my decision. Goodbye and forever yours. Or to be fair, right, if you know that you're going to be becoming a zombie, you might as well just take your own life at that point. Like, put a gun to it and pull the trigger, because like becoming a zombie is basically worse than death in itself. So yeah, he probably did the right thing by taking his own life. And that was in the study of the mansion 2F on the desk next to the fish tank. Orders. Top secret, July 22nd, 1998 at 2:13. Now, is that in the AM or PM? I'm guessing this is a 24-hour clock, so it's in the AM. To the head of the security department, X-Day is approaching. Complete the following orders within the week. 1. Lure the members of STARS into the lab and have them fight with the BOW in order to obtain data of the actual battles. 2. Create 2 embryos per BOW type, making sure to include all species except for the tyrant. 3. Destroy the Outlay lab, including all researchers and lab animals, in a manner which will seem as accidental. And there's a white umbrella. Wow, so I can't remember like when the last time they called themselves like White Umbrella. I think that was like the early stages of Umbrella. Now it's in the trophy room of the mansion, 2F, on the table in the middle of the room. Let me just check my recording levels quick. Yeah, that's fine. Pass number. And that's a pass number. Basically gets you through a door, and that was in the lesson room of the mansion 2F. After being lowered down into the isolated passage, wait a few minutes until Barry returns with another rope. He'll hand you this. Okay. Plant 42 report. 4 days has passed since the incident, and the plant at point 42. Oh, that's why they called it plant 42, because it's point 42. Is growing amazingly fast. It has been affected by the T virus differently than other plants have been, and shown a unique shape in addition to its size. Looking at the way it behaves, it is now difficult to determine what kind of plant it was originally. I would have thought it was like a kind of poison ivy plants, like you got the poison ivy like humanoid plants in the later games. So I would have thought it would like a giant poison ivy plant or something like that, because I think it can poison you, but I can't remember. There are 2 ways in which plant 42 gathers nutrition. The first is through the roof that reaches into the basement. Immediately after the incident, a scientist went mad and broke the water tank in the basement. Now the basement is filled with water. It is easy to imagine some chemical elements were blended into the water and promotes the incredibly fast growth of plant 42. Another part of plant 42 from the basement grows through the duct and hangs down like so many bulbs from the ceiling of the first floor. Many vines comes out of those bulbs, and they are the secondary source for its nutrition. Once sensing movement, plant 42 shoots its vines around the prey and holds it. Then it starts sucking up blood, using those suckers located at the back of its vines. That's terrifying. It also has some intelligence. It blocks the door by twining the vines around it, especially when it captures its prey or when it's sleeping. Several staff members has already fallen victim to this. That's very similar to the plant in Outbreak, to be fair. Or Outbreak File 2, I think it was. And that was May 21st, 1998, Harry Starden. That was in room 2 of the guardhouse, F1, on the bed. Facts. To the General Manager of Sanitation Division from Special Committee on Disasters, Raccoon Special Research Department. This monumentarium is strictly confidential and must be destroyed as soon as it's understood. Regarding the T-virus outbreak, which occurred recently, this committee conducted a field survey. According to the results, estimates the amount of damage caused by the incident are considerably greater than reported earlier. First, it has been very difficult to obtain accurate data in terms of actual numbers. It is thought that more than half the researchers has died after exposure to the T-virus. The body count will almost likely increase, since nearly all of the survivors show symptoms particular to the T-virus. Second, our security system is still in operation. However, our special security guard squad has been nearly destroyed. Because of that, research information considered by our company to be top secret has been made available to outsiders. Countermeasures should be taken as soon as possible. Finally, many of the subjects from the experiments have escaped and are out of control. We believe that some of the researchers were killed by these subjects and their bodies has been mutilated. But by curious coincidence, these events are proof of the success of our research. However, there is also a very high risk that this news may be leaked to the press if we don't act immediately. The condition is very serious. Our operation to cover up this situation is difficult to obtain. However, we hope that the problem is solved quickly. We are especially concerned that the state police and STARS are intervening too quickly. We need to act on this situation as well. And that was in the private room of the laboratory, B3, on the small alcove in the western wall. So they're trying to cover their tracks, in other words. Scrapbook. Raccoon Times, May 27th, 1998. Animal attack, woman mutilated. May 20th, around 10 p.m, a 20-year-old young woman's body was found by a passerby on the left bank of Marble River of the Cedar district of Raccoon City. Raccoon police assume it to be a grizzly or other animals doing it because of the teeth marks along her mutilated arms and her left foot. That shows considerable power. Since she was wearing a hiking boot on her remaining foot, it has been determined that she was attacked in the Arklay Mountains and fell into the river. They are hurrying to identify the woman. Raccoon Weekly, June 16th, 1998. Monsters in Arklay Mountains. Some people claim that they have seen monsters in the Arklay Mountains. These monsters are supposedly the same size as large dogs, and unusually one in a pack like wolves do. This may sound like a group of ordinary wild dogs, but these monsters are surprisingly fierce and hard to hurt. They say that these dogs won't bother you unless you wake them, so you smart readers should stay out of the Arklay Mountains for the time being. But if you're looking for adventure, check it out. You want to trying to get people killed. Raccoon Times, July 9th, 1998. Mystery on the Arklay Mountains, mountain road blocked. Due to the successive disasters in the Arklay Mountains, the city authorities has decided to block the road leading to the foothills. At the same time, Raccoon Police intended to begin the search for the lost people with the help of STARS team members. They expect great difficulty because of the vast size of the Arklay Mountains and the primeval forest that covers most of the area. Also, people are still reporting sightings of grotesque monsters in the mountains. That is in the large library of the mansion, 2F, on the small table between the bookcases. Eric's letter, a short one at last. David, I have a favour to ask. Can you look for a book that I misplaced? Actually, it appears that I have lost it somewhere around the guardhouse quarters when I had a little bit too much to drink. It is very important to me. Please find it. Thank you. And that was in no location for this game mode. The following modes are, okay, so it's Deadly Silence. There you go. So yeah, this is only for like Deadly Silence, this letter here. So this is in the private library of Mansion B2F, inside the secret area behind the bookcase. You would need to push a statue into the northwest corner of the room. So yeah, you can get into that library, but that has been a addition for the Deadly Silence version. So it's interesting. I have done a let's play of the Deadly Silence game, Resident Evil DS, with both Chris and Jill. So yeah, I forgot that one existed. Security system. Basement level 1, helicopter port. Execute and government executive and government officials only on helicopter port. This restriction may not apply in case of a accident. Passage to the helicopter. No one is allowed to enter unless they are attended by a research consultant or a security director. All others will be shot on sight. Fucking hell. Elevator. The elevator stops during all emergencies. Basement level 2. Visual data room. Visual data room is within the control of Special Research Division. Keith Arving, the room manager, is designated to have jurisdiction over the room usage. Basement level 3. Prison. Sanitation Division controls the usage of the prison. Consultant researchers E. Smith, S. Ross and A. Vesker must be present if the virus is used. Triple locked door. No one is allowed to enter unless he presents all passcode documents. Passcode documents must be created on the specialized output machines by the chief researcher of each block. Power room. Only headquarters supervisors may enter. The restriction may not apply in the consultant researcher has received the special instructions. Passcode output machine. No one is allowed to use a passcode output machine but the chief researchers. Basement level 4, top secret. Regarding the progress of the Tyrant after the use of the T-virus, remaining document is unreadable. Shady. That was in the visual data room of the laboratory B2 on the bookshelf next to the entrance. I've already done it. So that's the security systems, right. Researcher's letter. This is another important one. June 8th, 1998. Dear Ada. Ada, by the time you read this, I'll be something different. Today's test turned out to be positive, just as I expected. I feel like I'm going crazy when I think about becoming one of them. Ada, you are not infected and I hope you never will be. Well, she got infected by a parasite in Resident Evil 4, so there you go. Well, the remake anyway. In case you're the last one left, take the material to the visual data room and go to the power room to operate the triggering system before you escape. And make all of this public through the media. If everything is in order, all locks can be opened by the security system. You can access the system if you log in with my name on the terminal in the small lab and enter the password. The password is your name. To unlock the door at B2 where the visual data room is located, you'll need to access with our name first and then enter another password. I've written down the code below. I'll make sure you understand it easily. And this is my last hope. If you find me completely changed, please kill me yourself. And the password is Mole. M-O-L-E. The password was, and that was from John, Ada's boyfriend at the time. Now I was in the X-ray room of the laboratory B3 on the table opposite the door. Researchers will no, it's letter. V Gelt report. Oh, this is really out of order. So this is back in the guardhouse again. As stated in the last report, there are some common features found in the cells of the plant infected by the Tyrant virus. We have also found another interesting fact through the experiments. We found an element that destroys these plant cells rapidly in UMB number 16, one of the series of UMB chemicals that we use for the experiments. We rename this USB number 16 as V-Gelt. In our calculation, it will take less than 5 seconds to destroy plant 42 if you put the V-Gelt directly into the root. You'll need to mix some UMB series chemicals in specific orders to create the V-Gelt, but the UMB series chemicals can generate some poisonous gas which is harmful to the human body. Extreme caution should be taken when handling these chemicals. Following these types of UMB series chemicals and their brief characteristics. So it gives you a list of the chemicals and what colour they are, and you can basically like mix them. Use this as like a guide or something. It's like, that's actually a difficult one. I normally like use a guide to do that. That was in room 3 of the guardhouse F1 on the bookshelf. Oh, that was on the Deadly Silence. It's basically the same thing. There you go. Barry's picture. That's the thing, because like, if he dies, then you get this, but if he don't, you don't. Barry's picture. There's something written on the back of the picture. My dearest Moira and Polly, I hope that you grow up to be strong and beautiful women and help cheer up Mother. Your father will be watching you all from heaven. That is sad. That is really sad. I mean, I know, yes, they actually live. Like, you actually know Moira lives anyway. Like, Polly as well. But it is a shame that you don't see more of them, and like you don't see like Polly and that. I think that's it. It's like they're basically forgotten after Revelations 2, and that was in the underground entry in the underground. If Barry is here finding Enrico, he will give you this. I'll say, see, get it anyway. Laboratory B2. If Barry is here after exploring the main laboratory, he will give you this. Okay. Passcode 1. I swear by myself, declares the Lord. That's because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son. And that was in the private room of the laboratory B3. Use a MO disc on the terminal. So these are how you get into that triple lock door. Yeah, basically have to like use your MO discs on these terminals. Passcode 2. I will surely bless you and make your descendant as numerous as the stars in the sky, and as the sand on the seashore. Your descendants will take possession of the cities of their enemies. And that was in the morgue of the laboratory B3. And passcode 3. And through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed me. And that was in the Power Maze 2 of the laboratory. And once you use all them, you can get through that triple lock door. So yeah, that was it. Less files, got it done in less time, so that's quite handy. Now next week will be the remake of this. Like, the remake has the similar files in the remake games, but it has like more of the same or like extra ones as well. So I'm gonna find out the newer ones and read them, because I knew there's new lore. So yeah, anyway, that'll be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.